Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are going to start a new chapter of business statistics, that is presentation of data. That is chapter number 2 in your book. We already discussed data in detail in chapter number 1. Like what is data, what are the types of data, quantitative and qualitative types of data. If you remember this slide, like there are two types of data, qualitative and quantitative. In quantitative, we further divide the types into discrete and continuous. Discrete means the data which comes from counting process, like number of children we count. By counting procedure, it is called discrete data. If data comes from measuring process, it is called continuous data. For example, we measure height, weight, voltage, temperature. These are the example of continuous data. Here in this chapter, we will study what are the ways we present the data. So basically, there are mainly three ways on which we present the data. Number one is array, tabular form, and graphical form. Array, tabular, and graphical presentation. One by one, we are going to study all these three types of presenting data. So if we talk about array form of presenting data, it is very simple. Like if we arrange the data, for example, this is the data 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 0. These numbers are the data, and these numbers are the number of mistakes made by 25 typists in a typing test. So this is the raw data, it is unprocessed data, it is ungrouped data. If we simply now arrange data in ascending order, small number, then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So what we have done, we arrange the data, we sort the data, and we make the data in an array form. So we can say simply rearranging the data in highest to lowest or lowest to highest, or sorting the data either in ascending or descending order of magnitude is called an array. I hope you understand array is a very simplest way to present the data, and usually we form array, number of data is not large in size. For example, we have few number of values, so we can easily sort them. But if the number of values data is vast, is a very huge data, then we go for a tabular form or graphic form to present the data. So basically in this chapter, this is 3.1 exercise of the chapter 2. What we are going to learn in this chapter, how to present data in a tabular form and by making a frequency distribution table, which is called in short FDD. Tabular means in a table form. We are going to learn the steps of making a frequency distribution table. In frequency distribution table, the first step of making frequency distribution table is the classification. How we define the classification? Basically, classification is the process of arranging data into groups. These groups can be single value and these groups can be multiple value. We make the groups of data according to some common characteristics or resemblance present in the data. Coming back to the question, now what are the steps of making frequency distribution table? The step number 1 is to find the maximum value of the data, minimum value in the data. If we see this data, the maximum value is 10 and the minimum value is 0 here. Calculate the range of the data. So what is the range of the data? Subtracting the maximum value with the minimum value, we come up with the range. So the range here is 10. On the basis of this range, we decide either group we are going to form is a single value group or a multiple value group. See over here on this slide. As I told you, steps of making frequency distribution table. The number of mistakes are discrete data. Number of mistakes we come up by counting procedure. The data is discrete in nature. So secondly, we need to calculate the range by just subtracting maximum value and minimum value. Why we calculated range? To decide which class group we are going to form, either single value group or multiple value class we are going to form. If our range is less than or equal to 15, we will make a single value class, or if our range is greater than or equal to 15, then we will make a multiple value class. Over here in this question, specifically in this question, range is less than 10, so we will make a single value class. Later on, we will see how we make a multiple value class. Right now, in this first question, we need to focus on a single value class only. Always remember that single value class has interval of 1. Interval is also called whole class size. This I'm going to explain you later in the questions. Dear students, we have done the classification. So we have decided that we made a class of a single value with interval 1, and we will start our class from 0 and we will end our class on 10. You need a scale and pencil to draw your frequency distribution table. You have to make 3 columns. Give title to your frequency distribution table. You can also add here on the top frequency distribution table. You can give this heading on the top of the table. The first column in all frequency distribution table is classes. This is a single value class. Always remember, we start making a class from a minimum value which is 0, and we will make until the maximum value. We see the minimum value here, it is 0, so we will write 0 here, and it's a single value class. The second class is 1, then 2, the third class is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and look what is the maximum value here. So the maximum value is 10, so we will end here our class. This is our last class. So our first class has started from 0. The last class is ending on maximum value which is 10. Now how to do telemarking? You have to hold pencil, cut 3 over here and see which class is 3. So we will write 1 here. Then cut 4, mark here, 5, 1 mark here, 6, mark here, 7, this is our class 7, 1, mark on class 1, then 0, put 1 mark here, 2, it's the first mark on class 2, 3, cut 3 here, this is our second mark in class 3, cut 4, second mark in class 4, cut 5, this is our second mark in class 5, 7, again second mark, 8, the first mark, 4, cut 4, mark in class 4, cut 2 on data, mark in 2, cut 1, again mark 1 here, 5, third mark in class 5, 6, cut 6 and put 1 mark in class 6, and so on. 7, this is our third mark, 8, 8, 9, it's 9, then we have 10, 10, 6, this is the third mark, 7, this is the fourth mark, and then again 3, cut 3. For example, if we have one more 7 here in data, say I'm adding 1 7, the fifth mark you are going to put like this in a diagonal shape, but right now we don't have number, so that's why I'm deleting from here in case we have. Now count how many marks are here. 1, so frequency of this first class is 1. 2, because we have 2 marks over there, again we have 2 frequency. 3, 3, how many marks are there? 1, 2, 3, so frequency is 3. 3 marks, again 3 frequency. 4 marks, the frequency is 4 here, and 2 marks are here, so frequency is 2, 1 and 1. And in the last column we always write this sigma. Sigma is the summation, Greek summation sign, which shows sum. Sigma means sum of frequencies. So we write f small, we denote frequency with f small f. Add these all values, but we get 25. So this is our full and final frequency distribution table of a single value class. Now the data has been converted into group data. Data in the question is the raw data. It is in the raw form. Converted the raw data into the group data. This table is now a group data. It shows that one student has done no mistakes. Now see how we can easily read this frequency distribution table. There is only one student who made no mistake. There is only one student who has done 10 mistakes in a typing test. So this is the way how we read the frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution table increases the readability of the data. When data is raw, it is very difficult to read the data, how many students have done how many mistakes. By transforming the data into tabular form, it is very easy to read. We can easily read like there are 3 students who have made 5 mistakes. We say this table frequency distribution table because of the frequency column. By looking the definition of frequency distribution table, frequency distribution is a tabular arrangement of quantitative data into different classes. Each entry in the table contains the frequency and how we calculate the frequency with the help of tally marking. And you have already seen that how we have done the tally mark. The frequency counts the occurrence of the values within a particular group or class, which is also called interval. So these are the concepts which you need to revise before going into the multiple value classes. I hope you understand.